Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go-to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, this is your space to connect, learn, and grow alongside a community of trailblazing women who, just like you, they are making their mark in the world of business. From personal branding to powerhouse marketing, from leadership to lifestyle tips, we've got you covered. So get ready to ignite your passion, fuel your purpose, and unlock your potential with Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. Let's make this journey together and turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today, our guest has spent over 20 years captivating audiences with her voice, but now she's on a mission to help others just like you find theirs. As a seasoned performer, she's a singing facilitator who connects people to their innate voice, empowering them to speak and move with confidence. We all need that from you. She founded Sing High, Sing Low to offer not just a fun, nourishing singing experience, but a tool for mental health support as well. As a proud member of the Natural Voice Network, she believes singing is everyone's birthright, a powerful way to unite people across all ages and all backgrounds. Get ready to be inspired by someone who's using music to build empathy, connection, and resilience. Please give a warm, awesome welcome to the remarkable Fiona Maria. I love it.
Good morning.
Hey, super excited to have you here. Cannot wait to hear about what you do and what brought you to this experience of being an entrepreneur and singing with business. Explain, because it's intriguing.
Well, I've been a performer through my adult life, one way or another. I was a performer with my ex-husband. We had a duo, and then when that kind of we parted ways, I thought, oh, well, there goes my singing and my performing. But actually not. I sort of pivoted. I had young kids, I needed to work school hours. I couldn't be working late nights in, clubs and everything. So I pivoted and I started doing a lot of work with seniors and in aged care, using music and performance and singing as a therapy tool, as a tool for cognitive development and just combating loneliness, connecting people. And that was very rewarding, very successful, very necessary. And then as I kind of continued down that path, it kind of came into my awareness that there are a lot of more people, not just in that context, but in so many contexts that would benefit from reconnecting with their voice and then connecting with other people that way. So I thought, oh, well, what other contexts can I take this type of work into? And so that led me to explore other contexts. And one of them is, for example, mums and bubs singing. So focusing on perinatal mental health and bringing women with small children in singing together, which is beneficial for mothers and babies. So we can talk about that a bit more. Another is, of course, the corporate world. So the workplace. People spend more time in their workplaces now than they do at home generally, unless they're doing hybrid or work from home these days. But, it's still an important factor in a lot of people's lives. So, again, connecting people in a different way. Because when you sing together, that's a different kind of connection. It's a connection to self and it's a connection to others. And then the conversations are much more meaningful and much easier. So basically, I've just sort of step by step kind of said, oh, what about this context? And of course, then there's community work where working out of community centres and getting all kinds of groups together to meaningfully and quickly come together using our singing voices, which is actually what humans have done through our evolution. We've always done that. So that's kind of, it was quite organic, I guess. I guess you could say it's quite organic, which is,
it is.
This, and yeah.
I think it's precious. So, but my biggest thing is I would like you to explain when you walk into an organization, what transpired. I would love to hear about that connection that actually takes place.
So it depends if the people in the room or the group know they're going to be singing or don't know they're going to be singing. Okay, so sometimes it's like, hey guys, we're doing a workplace wellness thing. We've got someone come, we're going to do some singing, it'll be fun. Don't worry. Like, if you're not sure, just come and check it out. And we get together and firstly, so many people say, I can't sing, right?
Yeah.
Now, I find that very interesting because generally in life, and particularly in business, we try and overcome our I can't mindset. If there's an I can't, you kind of, it's a bit of a red flag, and you sort of might look at that and go, well, am I being honest? Can I really not? Can I at least try? Can I do it in some capacity? Like, holding I can't is not helpful for us, Mm-hmm. There's that whole thing of I can't yet, I can't yet. But somehow with singing, it's okay to say, oh, no, I can't sing. And everyone, oh, yeah, no. So, of course, people will say that, and that's understandable. And the reason they say that is actually valid. It's not just people being, what's the word, precious. It actually comes from trauma, usually, and it's nearly always in childhood. It's usually from a teacher, but sometimes a parent or a sibling, and it's often about choir or some kind of performance or some kind of public using of the voice. And people are told, as I said, normally as kids, that sounds terrible. Shut up, you're annoying me, you sound awful, stop it, it's wrong, just mime, stand there and mime. And people carry that really, really deeply because our voice comes from our inner being. There's no external thing we can blame the fault in our voice on. Like if you're playing an instrument or something, oh, I didn't practice, whatever. But the voice comes from within. So when you criticize someone's voice, you're actually criticizing their inner being. And if you get that as a child, you just hold it and you go, that's a fact. And you go, I'm never doing that again. And you play it safe. So when people say, I can't sing, I don't go, oh, don't be silly. Of course you can. I understand that this is a really deep belief coming from a valid cause. Having said that,
is that how the whole mental health comes in too?
Yes.
So cool.
I understand that. To be honest, I didn't used to understand that. I used to sort of go, oh, well, just get over. I didn't say this, of course, but I kind of would think, oh, like, just get over yourself. Like, it's only singing, right? Like, it's not that big a deal. But we learn and we get wiser, and I understand that this is a very deep, valid, hurtful shame. It's basically a shame, a voice shame. So people come and say, oh, I can't sing. People are nervous. Some people are all for it because, obviously there are people who love their choirs and love their singing and like, yeah, let's do it. So when I bring singing to any context at all, it's always an invitation. It's never an obligation. And I say you can sit, you can just listen to us if you want to. You can tap your feet, you can hum along. You don't have to participate fully, but please participate. And I say, if it ends up being just me singing, that's okay. I like singing. I can sing on my own. It's a bit of a joke, right? It never does. But I'm just saying, it always has to be an invitation to people. And people come to these things in their own time. Secondly, humans sing in groups. So to sing a solo is actually weird. It's not what humans have done through 95% of our evolution. So singing in groups is safe. It's a shared experience. It's a shared vulnerability. It's a shared emotional experience. It's a lived example of the parts. When you get little harmonies going, the parts are the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Okay, you get little parts and they all sound nice. You put them together and wow, look what we did together. Not look what I did. Not look what I did when I wowed the room with my belting or my fantastic solo. Look what we did together as a group.
So it's teamwork. I mean, you're
that's exactly right.
Building teamwork.
Yes. So that's why in a workplace context, it's just perfect. It's also very egalitarian. So you'll get the CEO, next to the person who's only been there, the intern, and they're singing the same part together. They got to work together.
Love it.
They can't say, "Oh no, I don't really know you." No, teamwork makes the dream work. So it's a way of forming connections, not just in a workplace environment, in any environment where the connections between the individuals are all equal, and they're formed very quickly when we sing. So I'm talking a lot, but I could talk about this all day.
It's okay. You're excited. I love it. I love when people get on. They're excited. That's awesome.
I'm on my soapbox. Here I am on my soapbox.
You love what you do, and it comes across like
because
so
amazing. There's so much to say about this because there's so much misunderstanding about what our voices are for. So our voices are not for other people's entertainment, right? They're not to get there and impress people or entertain people or even please people. They're for two reasons we sing. Why do humans still sing? We don't have to sing, right? We don't have to. Why do we do it? All cultures around the world, all populations around the world sing.
Yeah.
And non-industrialized or cultures sing much more than we do in the Western industrialized world. Wow. So that's an interesting point.
It makes you happy. It makes you connect.
It does. And the connection with singing is a release of hormones, one of which is oxytocin, which is the trust hormone. So that enables you to connect with a group of people where you wouldn't have time or inclination to connect with each of them individually by talking to them. And if you did talk to them all, it'd be, oh, hi, what's your name? Like, where do you live? Oh, do you have kids? What do you do? And then those sorts of questions are actually separating people out and saying, oh, you're different to me. There's all kinds of ways that we can be different and we can sort each other into little boxes. How old are you? Where do you live? What school did you go to? What kind of work do you do? Blah, blah, blah. But singing forgets all that. Singing cuts through all that. We sing together, we're connected, and then we have the conversation. So again, in a workplace, our creativity is enhanced by the process of singing. So then we can have meaningful problem solving, brainstorming is much more effective after this kind of group experience.
It just sounds like this world just found you. You didn't go searching for it. It just came up and it's like, there you are, Fiona. It's yours.
Yes.
Taking.
So it's deeper than it's that. It's not just like, oh, let's have a sing. Like, of course, singing's fun for a lot of people. For some people, it's not, especially initially. Or the idea of it is not. There's actually a lot of sort of ripple effect from this experience that ripples into areas of our lives. Yeah.
It creates teamwork. It builds confidence. It builds recognition. It does everything. It puts everyone on the same playing field almost.
So singing is the purpose of singing from an evolutionary point of view is twofold. One is what we were just talking about, connecting people. So the group that sings together, fights together, looks out for each other, cares for each other, and that's a survival tactic for early humans. And the other one is,
So you make me think of Snow White, like them singing, and they're building their team together. I love that.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why the army sing and football fans sing together, and schools, and anyway. And the other reason, and just quickly, the other reason, so one is group cohesion, and the second one is self-regulation. So the connection between our voice and our vagus nerve and our parasympathetic nervous system. Your own voice is the safest thing your brain knows. So when your brain hears your own voice, it goes, oh, yeah, I know this is a good person. If your brain doesn't do that, that's the result of trauma. Okay, there are some people who have had such difficult experiences that actually the sound of their own voice isn't calming to them and isn't safe. But for most people within a pretty wide sort of band of human experience, our voice is the safest thing for us. And that's why when you're distressed, you will often talk to yourself out loud. Where did I put my car keys? I can't find my keys. I'm going to be late. This kind of what are we going to have for dinner? Yeah, because literally the sound of your brain, the sound of your voice makes your lizard brain, not your, developed function, but your lizard brain, ancient brain go, oh, this person's okay. I can relax with this person. And then when you sing or even just hum, it's a regular, predictable, short and sweet is the best. We don't need complicated. We don't need 6 verses. We don't need, Don McLean's American Pie with so many amazing words, which is amazing in a different way. That I'm not for a moment invalidating fantastic singer-songwriters and performers and all that. That's a perfectly wonderful separate experience. But for humans in our as we've evolved, the simple songs that we can that's why nursery rhymes still exist, and we can hum this to ourselves and we calm ourselves. You can't hyperventilate. You can't when you're singing. You have to breathe, So all these is self-regulation, anti-anxiety, stress relief, mood enhancing as an individual and also as a group.
So I'm going to go back and make you laugh. Okay. So we raised my husband's grandson, who's now 25. However, so he was in choir and he wanted to be, we had gone to Vegas and we had seen like the ventriloquists and everything. And he wanted to be a ventriloquist. So he would stand in the back because he was real tall. He would stand in the back and he'd mouth the words. And he got in trouble for it because they said he wasn't singing. He's like, I was singing. I'm practicing being a ventriloquist.
He needs a little dummy with him. He needs a little. There are special circumstances, but ventriloquism apart, normally mouthing the words doesn't do much for a person's self-esteem.
So how do you balance the demands of running a business and your family life?
Well, I'm fortunate. I've been able to expand this business as my kids have gotten older. So when they were still at school, I would, that's why working with the sort of aged care and community health was really good because it was school hours. It wasn't, late nights and touring and all this kind of stuff. I just, how do I balance it? I don't know. How do we balance life? I mean,
I love that because everybody gives us the same answer on here. And I love the fact that everybody gets to see that balance is an ebb and flow type movement that we have to move through. So, I love that.
I think keeping in mind, I know it sounds kind of corny, but the greater good that what you're doing does. So I get immense satisfaction and, it really fills my heart. The feedback I get from people, the comments I get from both participants and organisers who can see, how it's affected their people or themselves individually or both. And so that mission, I guess, is the rock for me. So times when I perhaps can't, women can never do enough, right? We never show me a woman with a family who's going, yeah, I got it, all good. So when inevitably you can't. Oh, there we are. Magic. Yes. So having that mission as your kind of foundation, inevitably when you feel you can't give what you want to the business, or you can't give what you want to the family or your aging parents or your social circles or the charities and activism that you might want to do, you have to remember that just by doing what you do, you're doing good, and you're making a valid contribution. And we can only do so much as one person, right?
Yep, I love it. All right, so you've been in business for over 20 years. What would you tell somebody who might be struggling as a female entrepreneur?
Be compassionate with yourself. Don't buy into. Pardon?
I said sing a little.
Yeah. Go for a walk and sing to the trees, and you'll feel a lot better. I mean, look, just don't buy into the, can I say, BS? Yes. You can't have it all. You can't have it all at one time. So be brutally realistic, brutally honest with yourself, what you are capable of doing without falling apart. And that is across your business, your family, or your social life, or other areas of your life that are important to you. And just keep going. Just don't stop.
Just don't stop. I love that.
Just keep going. The tiniest little step, it'll be, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1.5 steps back, or 1 3/4 steps back sometimes. Keep going. Don't be disheartened. And that's it.
I love it. So now going back, everything you've learned, okay? Let's go back to your 18-year-old self. Do you mind giving your 18-year-old self some advice?
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And what you thought was going to happen most likely won't, but other better things will come your way. So don't lose faith. Just keep going. Same. Do what you do. Make a realistic assessment. That's what we do. Make a realistic assessment with the knowledge and the situation you're in and your options, and don't be hard on yourself.
I love that. All right. What about, is there one key strategy or a tip or something that you've used that actually helps scale your business that you think would help somebody?
You can't beat networking in an organic, authentic, manageable way. So just, I guess, owning what you do authentically, so that when you're talking about it, you communicate that. And therefore, any conversation, really, anyone you meet, could be someone you're sitting next to on the bus, or could be the CEO of some big company that you met at some function or something. You can communicate what you do authentically, and that's sowing seeds. And you've got to sow a hell of a lot of seeds. But if you're doing it authentically, it's not a chore. It's not like cheesy or sort of obnoxious.
Your device keeps disconnecting, I think, but that's okay. But I love it.
Yeah. So keep sowing seeds from a place of authenticity. That's my.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. I love it. If you had superpower for one day, just 24 hours, what would you want it to be?
Oh, I've been asked this before. I'd like to. I don't know. I'd like to be able to fly, because then I could just go places really quickly.
And where would you go?
Oh, I'd go all over. I mean, just going to the supermarket would be quicker, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would save a lot of time. I would go, I don't know, all around, all over. But for one day, you can't go that far, right? Like you couldn't go around the world, for example.
I don't know, unless you could snap, fly, and go.
If I could have a TARDIS, okay. I don't know if you get this show. Okay, the last thing I'm going to say. I don't know if you get the show in the States, Doctor Who. Do you get Doctor Who?
Yeah, I love Doctor Who.
Okay. Oh, Doctor Who is the best show. So honestly, if I had a superpower, it wouldn't exactly be that I could fly. It would be that I would have a TARDIS.
Look, see, I think you need to be Doctor Who, the female Doctor Who.
If you had the TARDIS, life would be sorted.
All right, real quick, your favorite book.
Oh, my favorite book. I can't give you a favorite. I read like a crazy thing. I don't read. I love reading. I read a lot. I can't even give you one favorite book.
Your favorite song?
Okay, one of my favorite songs ever is Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. What about a quote?
Love Kate Bush. A quote? This is when I'm supposed to drop a pearl of wisdom, isn't it? I don't know. There's no. I don't have a quote.
So, what is the best way for people to connect with you?
Probably on my socials. So Instagram at @SingHighSingLow, and from there you can see my link tree with links to my other options. Yeah, please connect.
I love that. I love that. Sing high, sing low. That is just so cute. It really is.
Sing when your mood is high. Sing when your mood is low.
Oh, I like that. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience to support them, or anything about you?
Oh, I would just like to say, be compassionate to yourself, and that includes to your voice. Don't expect it to be the same as a professionally trained, studio-enhanced person. We need to come together now more than ever. We're too much in our silos, and it's causing a lot of problems. So we need to drop all the labels, come together. So if you can sing with your friends and family and people in your neighborhood or your community, it's going to make for more meaningful connections and more meaningful conversations, which is what we need now.
All right, Fiona. Oh my God, it was a blessing having you on. Thanks for being on.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you in the magazine. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.